everybody, welcome to the Empressive channel. There's a couple of things I want to talk about in this video, but before I do, I want to thank Albert for sponsoring this video. Albert is the newer and smarter way to do banking. Traditional banks have problems that we all are too familiar with. They charge pesky overdraft and maintenance fees and force you to maintain a minimum balance. Albert never charges overdraft or maintenance fees, and the sign up is free and easy with the Albert app. Albert is completely different from any bank account you've ever used. Have you ever wanted to get cash back from your debit card? Well, in the Albert app, you can select your favorite merchant and begin getting 5 to 20% cash back whenever you swipe your Albert debit card there. Have you ever needed a cash advance on your paycheck? Well, when you qualify, they'll let you advance up to $250 from your next paycheck and pay it back with no interest and no credit check. Do you ever need advice for managing your finances? Well, Albert has a team of financial experts they call geniuses that will help you make a plan of budgeting, saving, and investing towards your financial goals. And there are so many more perks to banking with Albert. Click the link in the description box to download the Albert app today, and for a limited time, when you open a checking account and connect a qualifying direct deposit, you will get $150. Yes, $150. Now back to the video, I want to talk about the talk show The Real. In one of my previous videos, I did report that there is rumors swirling that The Real might be canceled. Now this report was put out there by the Jasmine brand, however it wasn't confirmed yet. One of the co-hosts, Lonnie Love, actually tweeted and said, "It's been a busy few days, but I got a call from the studio. No official decision has been made about The Real. I will be okay, but please give grace to the 150 crew members this may affect. We will finish season 8 and wait for an official word." So Lonnie did not confirm or deny the rumors, so the status of the show is still up in the air. But I do feel like The Real's producers are working hard to preserve the show and keep it going because they don't want it to end. A lot of people don't want it to end because I do think The Real is a great show. I would hate to see it go off air, but I do understand that people are not watching talk shows like that. And I'm pretty sure The Real's producers understand this too. So they're going to try to find a way to increase their ratings. And I think they're banking on Jeannie to help them. Now, some of y'all may ask, well, why is Jeannie's appearance on the show so important? Well, I'll tell you this. Jeannie has become a fan favorite and people are asking her to come back. The Real has already lost 2 important co-hosts. Tamar Braxton and Tamara Mowry are both gone from the show now, and they were the fan favorites. So now, believe it or not, Jeannie has become one of the fan favorites. And the fans do greatly appreciate Adrian and Lonnie and Garcelle, but I think Jeannie has generated a lot of interest, especially since her personal life and personal drama has been so public. We've seen her go through a divorce, and that was a hot topic. We've seen her talk about her toxic relationship with her mother, and that generated a lot of interest. And she also raised her celebrity profile by marrying the rapper Jeezy, and now she has become a mother. So the viewers are very interested in Jeannie's life, and they want to see how she's handling motherhood. Also, Jeannie has a lot of energy and a lot of personality, and she does make a difference on the show. And I think when she took a maternity leave, the ratings started to get a little shaky. So right now, The Real has strategically been playing a lot of pre-recorded episodes with Jeannie in them, and they're also bringing Jeannie back. They said, "Calling all our honeys, we've seen your comments, and guess what? Our girl Jeannie Mai is back with us on Tuesday. Are you ready?" And Jeannie said, "I am in tears. This is incredible. And y'all have zero idea how elated I am to come back to work because I've missed y'all. I just can't wait." So I think The Real is bringing Jeannie back because they feel like Jeannie might help increase the ratings and ultimately might keep the show going. And some people might feel like Jeannie is not that important, but believe it or not, she is. All of the ladies on The Real are very important to the viewers. So when one of them leaves, it does affect the dynamics of the show. So I think Jeannie is being brought back to help the ratings. I really do. And hopefully the show gets renewed, because I don't want to see The Real get canceled. I really don't. Now on to the next topic. I want to talk about this whole drama involving Wendy Williams. Now, before I do, let me start off with something positive. Wendy was spotted at the airport recently with her son, Kevin Hunter Jr., and she looked good. She was dressed up, looking fabulous, but casual, you know. She was on her phone. She was walking. She seems like she's in a much better state than she was in before. Now, if you don't know, last summer, Wendy actually was hospitalized for psychiatric evaluation, and there were a lot of speculations about her mental health and her physical health. It was speculated that she had dementia and even some substance abuse problems. Now, Wendy's ex-husband, Kevin Hunter, came out recently, and he went into a little bit more detail about what happened last summer. He said that there were a lot of people around Wendy who didn't really care about her well-being. And if it wasn't for their son, Kevin Hunter Jr., Wendy probably wouldn't be alive today.
But through the course of the divorce, one of the fastest celebrity divorces in history, because I basically left whatever on the table just to have peace of mind and wanted her to have peace of mind. In doing so, I still had to save life. I still had to save her life. And there's some people that very much know what I'm talking about, because they was responsible for almost seeing her life come to an end. There's current people in place, management, that clearly put her in a life and death situation and denied medical coverage and care. And if it wasn't for my son and myself stepping in, and when I say step in, I mean when you got somebody telling, my son, who's the most beautiful spirit on the place on this planet, you got people that's trying to objectify him right now, because all he wants is his mother well. He don't care about none of that. He grew up in front of all of this. He don't know nothing, but he wants his mother well. Well, you got somebody sitting there who just got there telling your son that no, you can't send these people up to a place to save her, to do a real wellness check. Not this control stuff that's happening now, a real wellness check. When you got somebody telling a 20-year-old that, to a point where he got to say, if you don't let these people upstairs to go look at my mom's, I'm calling 911. That's the only thing that allowed for rescuers to get up there. And 2 blood transfusions later, that queen's still here.
Now, I thought what Kevin said here was very interesting. He also talked about other things as well. He is currently suing the company Debmar Mercury because he felt like he was wrongfully terminated from the Wendy Williams show. And obviously he's trying to get money now that the show is ending. But I was more interested in what he said about the new people around Wendy. He basically said that her new manager and all these new people didn't really care about her well-being. And I don't know exactly what happened to her for her to be hospitalized, but the fact that she had to get 2 blood transfusions tells me that her condition was very serious. And if her son did not intervene, Wendy probably would not be alive today. And hearing this really saddens me, but it basically confirms everything I suspected. The people who were around Wendy really don't care about her. The production company Debmar Mercury didn't care about her. You see how quickly they replaced her once they saw that she wasn't coming back to work. And I understand they have to make money and they have to keep the show going, but Wendy was really, really sick. She was down bad. She needed to take time to recover from whatever she was going through. She needed that time off. But the network didn't want to wait for her. They decided to end her show. And now they're replacing her show with Sherry Shepherd's show. And even though I don't agree with it, I understand their decision. In their eyes, the show must go on. They can't sit back and wait for Wendy to return. But the whole thing is kind of sad to me because it seems like Wendy doesn't have anyone who's truly in her corner other than her son. Her son has truly been her rock. He has been taking care of her. Also, I heard that she requested that her son be her power of attorney because if you don't know, Wendy is going through a legal battle with her bank, Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo froze her out of her own bank account. And this story in itself is pretty crazy because after Wendy went through her health issues, Wendy's former financial advisor, Lori Schiller, and some other people in her camp, including her ex-manager, Bernie Young, and her doctor, came together and told her bank that she was unwell, and her bank declared her incapacitated. And this is a similar situation that Britney Spears went through. They tried to have control over Wendy too. They wanted her to have guardianship, and they wanted control over her money. And sadly, I think Wendy trusted the wrong people. She signed off on some things that she probably shouldn't have signed off on. And now the wrong people have control over her assets. And one of those people is her former manager, Bernie Young. Bernie filed to be Wendy's legal guardian in the midst of all of this. And this is the last thing Wendy wants. Wendy wants to get back control over her money. Now, I did hear that Wendy was trying to get her son to be her power of attorney so she could access her bank account, but Wells Fargo is still withholding her funds.
My thing is that I've been asking questions about my money. And when I began asking questions about my money, suddenly Lori Schiller has got no response regarding my money. I want my money. This is not fair. And Wells Fargo has no questions and answers with regarding my money. This is not fair. And Lori Schiller and Wells Fargo have this guardianship petition about keeping me away from my money. This is not right. And you know this is not fair. And this guy named Bernie Young, I know for a fact that Bernie Young used my American Express card to hire an attorney to file a petition against me. That was done with my American Express card. Bernie Young, you're no good. And this is not fair at all, you know? And then there's this person, a former doctor, okay, had medical information about me that I never even got. It was sent over to Lori Schiller. So I haven't gotten the stuff. I fired the doctor. And again, all I want to know is where is my money? This is not right. And certainly, this is not fair. This is not fair. You know, Wells Fargo has used all this stuff to create the guardianship over me. This is not right. And certainly this is not fair. The New York court system is, without evidence, they're being weird to me, this court system. Without evidence, they took all this information and continued with what's going on with me based on what Wells Fargo is doing. This is not fair. This is not fair, you know? And the New York court is treating me like they did in, do you remember Kung Fu judge case. Do you remember that Kung Fu judge case? That's not right, and that is not fair. Lori Schiller, Bernie Young, and Wells Fargo. Please let me have access to my money. This is not right. And again, this is not fair. Have a pleasant day. Thank you.
This whole situation is very sad. No person deserves this, no one. And I know Wendy was very vulnerable during the time all of this happened. When she got sick, that's when all of the thirsty leeches around her started to come in and take control. They didn't even care if she lived or died, allegedly. As long as they had control over her money, they were satisfied. So the situation is extremely sad and extremely shady. And it really comes to show that Wendy had no real people in her corner. The only person she could truly trust is her son. And I know her son has a huge responsibility of trying to take care of Wendy and her affairs. He has a lot on his hands, but he's the most trustworthy person Wendy has. He's the only one who doesn't want anything from her. He just wants her to get better. And I just hope everything gets better for Wendy. Prayers up for her and her son. They're going through it. They're going through a very tough battle because they're fighting against a system that's unlawfully trying to take control of Wendy's money and her life. And it's not right. Anyway, tell me what you all think about this video down below. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video if you care. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.